Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Happy terrific Tuesday. Today, if you like what you're watching, like and subscribe. Today I am going to talk about something that I learned in a real estate networking group. Basically, there was a guy that did a presentation, I think in Maryland, probably in 2006. And the guy's phrase was, "The fortune is in the follow-up." And man, can I tell you how accurate that statement, and it has stayed with me, I guess, for the last 19 years. Matter of fact, yesterday with a student, um, it was a teaching point. So, what does that mean? The fortune is in the follow-up. Let's say you are selling people and you have your process. Now, today, things are much easier with automations and drip campaigns and this, that, and the other thing. But you send messages to somebody and they seem like they're cold, you just write them off, right? Or, you send an initial message. This is really where it comes from. You send an initial message to somebody, and like you meet somebody at a meeting, you send them a text message. Hey, it was really nice to meet you, blah, 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 blah. Never hear back from them. You just write them off. Maybe you send them two messages, three messages. It doesn't matter. You keep sending them messages until they say, don't ever send me a message again. If you're selling them and they are clear that they are not buying. And I can give you tons of examples where this has benefited me. I've had people where it's like, man, I sent them multiple messages in email and then they never answer. And then I call them and they're like, oh my God, thank God you called me. I lost your contact detail and I really wanted whatever it is, the service that you were providing. So if you are selling or soliciting any kind of thing, you better not be afraid to follow up. Like follow up, follow up. I don't know where I came up with this, my own expression. There's like a little fairy tale when you grow up in the United States. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And I just pictured, and I have a wall here, but my house said, Humpty's on a wall. And Humpty's either going to fall this way or go that way, but the worst place you want him to be is sitting on top of the damn wall because he's wasting your time. You don't know if he's buying, you don't know if he's selling. So I always told my salespeople, I'm like, listen, if you push him over and he falls and he breaks, it's better. He's off the wall. You don't have to think about him anymore. Like salespeople were always so afraid. Like, well, what if I'm too pushy? Look, the bottom line is you're selling something. The person doesn't want to buy. The faster they tell you, I don't want to buy, the better. You're wasting your time. You got all these people you think are leads and follow up. No, no, no. Rather, they tell you no faster and eliminate, a lot of noise. So that's that. The reason it came up with a student of mine, and look, this is very unfortunate. Um, but over the years of having big companies and this, that, and the other thing, you hire people. And I literally told the guy yesterday, I believe this is close to the true statistic. If I told somebody to do something, 99% of the time, if I didn't follow up with them, they would never do it. They would never do it. That means I have to follow up with everybody. And then, people have told me, well, you got the wrong employees. I'm telling you, I've had hundreds, maybe 1,000 employees in my career, partners, partners, business, joint venture partners. 99% of them, if I'm not pushing and I'm not following up and I'm not reminding them, they forget. People are not organized. People don't give a shit. I don't know what it is, but the fortune is with the follow-up. Like if you think that you gave John a task and John's just going to do it, you're dreaming. And if you maybe John will do it 4 weeks from now, or maybe John will be like, oh my God, thank you for reminding me 6 weeks from now. If you want it done, you got to stay on them and you got to have lists. And then look, I've had this kind of advice. Well, that's what you need a manager for. So, okay. So you get an employee. The employee never does what they're supposed to do without somebody watching them. So then you get a manager. Now you got another cost. The manager needs to be managed. You could get a VA. But honestly, the best people to make sure tasks get done are virtual assistants in other countries. These people are, if I was going to say the 1% of people that do what I say to do, if I say do X, Y, and Z, or remind me of this, that, and the other thing, or do what my VAs all do them without me asking again. For the most, not that's 99% of the time they do. But Regular employees in the US, they don't do anything unless you follow employees, partners, everybody. So you could hire a manager. I think maybe hiring a virtual assistant to make sure people do the tasks, like literally, and look, you should have systems like CRMs. I've had these too. You can assign a task to somebody. Hey, and they're so wonderful. Hey, Peter, you need to get X, Y, and Z done in the CRM. And Peter gets flooded with 104 tasks. After a while, Peter doesn't even look at these tasks anymore. You don't look at them anymore because you have 1,000. Um, so look, bottom line is the way I operate now is I have a list and it's not coming off that list until it's completed. That list, a lot of it is for me. And then it's broken down by important people in my business life, even in my personal life. Even my wife has a list. She hates the list. Um, I can't send it to her every day. It's so funny. She's like, "Wow, Anna, I hate this list," but I wouldn't have to give her a list if she remembered. But anyway, I have it by person. This person has maybe 10 things, people that you do a lot of business with, or like my wife with personal stuff. Um, but I can't tell you. I'm on my, I always say I'm not saying it's great. I'm on my shit. Like if I never, ever, ever forget, if I didn't do it, it's either because I didn't want to do it or I didn't have the time to get it done. But it's never going to be because I forgot. That's just not even in existence. And I can tell you, if you want to be a productive person in the world and make stuff happen, you better be on it, have a list, and be following up with your people. Sorry to tell you, but that's the reality of the world. I'd love to tell you some foo-foo stuff like, oh, you just got to hire the best people, have them go around on skateboards and, hang out at the office and they'll all do what you want them to do. It's bullshit. All that is over. I remember when I was listening to that stuff back and I don't even know, it's like, oh, we're going to have, you know, kitchens and recreational and people are just going to be more productive. I'll tell you what, my career, it doesn't work. You got to be on your people or they're not executing. So the fortune is in the follow-up, in sales, in business, in everything that you do. Hey, even in dating, you're not going to get a date unless you follow up. Don't be afraid to text them. So haven't been doing that for a long time. Maybe it's not text. I guess DM them, whatever. So anyway, guys, hope that helps you. Have the best day of your life. Thanks.